here in particular, every time.
The Rat Patrol.
Yeah, they lie. They lie to the police and say I'm sleeping when I'm not. And the cops come and...
So, what's your name?
Liam Brent Kelly.
Liam. And where are you from?
I was deported illegally from the United States.
Another one? Holy Jesus.
I'm the same guy you met at the ATM.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're the same. Yes,
Yep.
yes, I remember you. Oh, yeah, the educated guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember you.
Well, I had an original jurisdiction case, and in order to prevent the case from
I remember that, yeah.
In order to prevent the case from being heard, they, in the ultimate argue with the arguee instead of the argument, they deported me so that my case would go with me.
I remember that. But anyway, we don't want to bore the listeners. Okay, but that's okay. I know it's important, but never mind that. Have you been living in the city for the past 4 months?
Yep.
You haven't left?
No.
Wow. So where have you been living?
I sleep outside. I'm homeless and stateless. I'm not Canadian.
You're not Canadian. So where are you from the States?
I was illegally deported from Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. So Massachusetts is pretty hot in the summertime, Massachusetts.
Well, I'm used to living in San Diego. That's where all my tools and machinery are.
And I work in Waltham, Massachusetts. Okay, so you're here. So last time I seen you was at the Royal Bank.
Yep.
So here you are. Good music.
Yeah, nice music.
So I heard somebody told me that the cops came here.
Yep.
And you were in a deep sleep here on the bench. Nice area, 3 o'clock in the morning. What happened?
Well, they just basically told me that I wasn't allowed to be in the park after 10 o'clock, which I don't believe is true. Because
there's a bylaw. There's a bylaw.
Okay, but there's no signs posted, so they should post some signs.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't argue. I just move on because they'll hit me with the disturbing the peace if I argue. The bottom line is there were kids here partying at 3 o'clock in the morning with their cars, full blower, blasting the music so far down. A friend of mine that sleeps under the bridge way down there near the shelter, he could hear them throwing beer bottles around, smoking dope.
Right there?
Right here, 2 cars.
2 cars?
3 o'clock in the morning, blasting their music. And the thing is, I don't care. Kids are kids. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're free to do what they want to do. But 2 weeks ago, four people got in a car accident. 2 of them are dead. The driver lived. They're going to spend the rest of their life wishing the cops had pulled them over. So where were the cops then? You see? So they don't do their job. They just harass people who aren't hurting anybody, aren't doing anything wrong. And they made me homeless in the first place. Don't forget that.
You feel the cops are discriminating against the homeless here in the city?
Guaranteed, definitely.
They have an attitude, the cops here?
Oh, definitely. They definitely don't like homeless people, and they made me homeless to begin with, but what they'll do is they won't say it's illegal to be homeless, that your existence is illegal, but what they'll do is they'll operate on the presumption it is by saying you can't sleep here, you can't sleep here, you can't sleep here, you can't be there. Your existence is a crime.
And then you cross the line, then you shove them, and then next thing you know, you're arrested, and then they put you. But you know, but other homeless people with mental problems, they react, and then they put them and beat them up. And
when they lied and called the cops, and there was 5 of them here, that wasn't such a bad situation. But there was another time when they called the cops, and the cop drove up, and for 20 minutes he was really trying to push my buttons, like saying to me, "Why Fredericton? Why not Toronto? Why not Vancouver? Like, why am I here?" Right? So they
do that to the immigrants too, and you're an immigrant in a way. You're an immigrant, but you're not colored. You know, you're not a colored immigrant. And no, I had an immigrant telling me the same story a couple of days ago from El Salvador.
Oh,
yeah. What are you doing here? How come you can't go somewhere else?
Right.
You try to tell maybe the racist, the cops here?
Well, it's not a question of race. It's a question of I don't want to be here. They made me be here, and now they're acting as if me being here is wrong or my physical presence is a crime. My physical existence isn't a crime. So I have to exist somewhere.
You're going to sleep here tonight, and what?
Yeah.
And you're going to? Did they bother you lately?
Yeah, a few nights ago they came and told me to move on. I moved on without any argument. But again, I don't think my existence is a crime. I don't think if I'm not hurting anybody, they should leave me alone. And there's people that are doing things that they shouldn't.
What about the Rat Patrol? Did they give you a hard time?
Yeah, the park police are awful.
I call them Rat Patrol.
Yeah, they're awful. They're awful.
Yeah, they call the cops on you and everything?
Well, they lie. They lie to the cops. I wasn't sleeping there. I was sleeping here. I mean, I'll admit where I'm sleeping, right? And I wasn't sleeping there, and they told the cops that I was sleeping there, and they showed up with 5 guys. Maybe they would have arrested me if things went south. I could have got arrested, right?
Yeah.
So they shouldn't lie. They shouldn't tell fibs.
What time did this happen? The Rat Patrol?
8 o'clock in the morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
That early?
Yeah.
So the Rat Patrol are against the homeless?
They shouldn't lie.
I thought they only chase guys with no helmet.
Yeah, well, if they had said to me, move, or something like that, or like, I usually tell them, well, I'm going to the soup kitchen, or I'm going to the community health clinic to get a shower, or I'm going to the library. And then they usually say, well, we don't want you staying.
Where do you plan to stay in the winter?
I'm going back to the States. I'm going to go back to the States and force them to do the right thing, because if the Mormons get in, I'm never going to get any help for 8 years because of the Nazi Party.
That's another story.
And Obama's not changing anything, so I want to get there before he's elected again, so that maybe he sees that it's good if my case
the last month of the election, something tells me, the media and all that, we're going to hear a lot about the Mormons. We're going to hear a lot.
Well, they're not good people, and what they did to me was wrong, and maybe if I go there before the election, Obama, instead of screwing me, will say, hey, this guy's case is about Utah and about the...
Listen, you got a hard time making with the cops or the Red Patrol, come and see me.
Thanks, Charles.
Talk to you later.
All right.